Welcome back to Chaldea's Month in Review for the month of June. I'm Poppy Gatto, intrepid reporter for the Cordovan Informant, and I'm here to get you all caught up on everything Chaldea. Actoroke has been rolling along. We released at least one of each of our phases this month. RPG session, Actor Studio, and finally, the viewing party. And after the viewing party, people stuck around for an Actor Spooky.
Exasperated, he turns his attention on Hajra and Armando. He trots over to the boulders, where Armando stands and Hajra hovers.
You were with this group and stood by and did nothing while we slaughtered them. You have no honor.
I am a referee of the hunt. It is not my business to get involved in the fighting, for which you should be thankful.
And I'm doing research on the Atars. I will dedicate an entire chapter to your great leadership and prowess in battle.
You are a witness.
The statement is both an accusation and a continuation of hostilities.
Yeah,
Well, I think the action scenes you write just fine. I mean, I think the action scenes have to be covered with banter between the characters, and so like in this scene with Hajra fighting the Atars, there was this fun sort of dialogue going back and forth between Armando and Hajra. Then every once in a while you'd hear the scream of another dead duelist in the background,
and that's what set up the contrast with the other two at the top of the show, the top of the game.
Then the two of you have to make opposed checks of either athletics or acrobatics, and whoever loses the test is disarmed.
Okay, you go left, I go right. No. Okay, that's
right.
My left, your right. Your right.
I know something that you don't know. I am not left-handed.
Bravo.
That's great.
We also released 4 more podcasts. 3 chapters of Discordia and the Fort of Stone, our novel set in the Chaldea universe, and 1 episode of Articles from the KI, read by yours truly.
I want information, Pego. Nothing difficult, just truth. The devil made a soft humming sound, like a cat's purr. The creature looked past her at the rich tapestries on the tower's walls. He peered at the high shelves, packed with books, marble mortar and pestles, and expensive art, and his smile grew wider as he finally turned to study her.
Pretty jewels at your throat, red like blood.
Father, I want to ask your indulgence, Robin began, cheerily folding his bear-like father into a hug. Imogen and I need to go to Gaunt. The Duke paused, and his cheery expression faded, face falling into his usual sober scowl. With a minor huff, he pushed his son away, chiding him. Business? Robin, I leave for the King's City in hours, and I was hoping to enjoy my walk. The two started to banter, Robin asking his father about the trip to Gleam. The boats they'd be using to reach portage in the city's harbor sailed far faster than the swiftest horses could take them over land. Imogen had only been to Gleam once for her wizardry and conjuration tests. She remembered high silver and gold towers and the ancient walls of carved and mortared granite. 1,000 years of battle by sea and by land had left marks upon the city of the king.
The Glance. Kanahu complains about Hessen beef tariffs. Hessen love of sausage has created a huge market for beef and pork throughout Hesse, Munchkin, and Stolhofen, and Kanahu merchants have been eager to help fill that demand. Now Hesse has implemented a protectionist tariff on beef imports in response to concerns from cattle farmers that imported beef will hurt the Hessen economy and lower beef standards. Kanahu claims these tariffs are unlawful and has filed a complaint with the Imperial Council of Commerce, Ramzi Ka'adir Khalib.
The crash and shout of the tavern died. Men and women gawked at Imogen, their eyes wide and unnerved. A few, too close to the spell's path, smacked at still livid sparks on their clothing. Others, scattering chairs, simply fled. Imogen glared down at them all, caught between pride and fear.
We took 2 deeper delves this month, one into the Great Sea of Chaldea, and another into an Enumian spotlight. So we got to learn a little bit more about Amazon.
While Amazon might be found in the night skies above any location in Chaldea, she is most commonly seen haunting the Ionian archipelago. Amazon, who is called Azzy by some, appears in the heavens as a powerful, well-armored warrior. She invites women to be strong and prepared to fight for what they believe in. She reminds us that women deserve the same opportunities and respect as men. Amazon is enemies with defeat and warband, and she is a friend of victory. Amazon keeps a close eye on Fairy Goodmother to make sure she tells stories that portray women as strong and self-determined.
There are also some interesting areas of the Great Sea that are fantastical in some sort of way. Like, say, the Tong Dao. There's a Tong Dao is imagine a huge whirlpool, if you will, only like miles and miles across on an oceanic level, like the rain in Saturn or something like, okay, maybe not that big. The Tong Dao is this whirlpool where water is going in a circle, and if you go down in there, it actually leads to another plane, and gravity changes in that journey, and you can come out the other end and come up out of the Tong Dao onto another plane of another great sea. It's not like a mirror universe, but it's mirror conceptually of Chaldea, but different continents and different places, different people and stuff like that.
Yeah, the thing about the Tong Dao, which is crazy, sure, it's a big whirlpool and you can take your boat and sail down it if you so desire. It's actually pulling land masses towards it like a titanic black hole of water, but in a very slow, not like light speed or anything, but they pulls in these islands, and these islands start to like rotate around it. And it's so large in the rotation, they could rotate for 30 years or 50 years or some amount of time. And so people live on the...
Yes. These islands so the Tong Dao is surrounded by islands. It's called the Panorindi Isles. And from when an island first gets sucked into that vortex, it's probably going to exist for a couple of centuries before it will have gone all the way around this thing and continue into closer and closer and closer to the vortex, and then eventually gets sucked away.
That will do it for the month of June. Check back in right here on youtube.com/World of Chaldea for another month in review for the month of July. Don't forget to visit our website at worldofchaldea.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at World of Chaldea. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.